Hey peeps, it's Tripl-L, and today I'm here to talk to you about the 7 Deadly Sins, chapter 189. What was the chapter title for this one? I forget. Anyway, let's just get right out into it. Impressions, we're just going to talk it through. Oh, the hero stands, that's what the chapter title was. Anyway, yeah, this was a really simple chapter, so we're just doing impressions. It's pretty much 2 parts, and the second half is where most of the impactful moments are. The first half was pretty much just Meliodas reconnecting with Elizabeth and Zarathustra. And look, those moments were very endearing. It was very adorable to see Meliodas and Elizabeth do their thing. It was adorable to see Elizabeth saying to just grope her however he wants, and Meliodas' little blush. That was alright. And also seeing Meliodas with all the scars and that his hearts are back, that's cool. That makes you wonder about what exactly the Demon King did to Meliodas. But anyway, that moment there is just for the funsies. It's just catching everything again. But we've seen Meliodas and Elizabeth interact before, so that wasn't wow. If anything, the Zarathustra interaction was interesting and, well, not interesting, but amusing. But then the second half of the chapter comes along and it's focusing on Derriere and Mons Piet. So first I do want to say Derriere's plan of starting up her combo early to try and hit Meliodas was pretty cool, and seeing them work together like that was pretty cool. So when Derriere actually comes back and just pretty much punches Mama Hawk like all the way through, that was a very well drawn scene. I felt bad for the poor pig, and then Hawk getting kicked away too. That was funny. But hitting the pig was, wow, that was very graphic. But so that was cool. But it was also interesting to see how quickly Meliodas handled that. Meliodas going in and pretty much driving her to the ground and then pretty much butt bumping her out of her combo was funny. It was very funny, and it does show that Meliodas is on a whole other level. And then when Meliodas was going in the battle and we saw the quotation marks that he didn't want to have to hurt them, I was very confused as to why they would put quotation marks around that. But then as we saw in the next page, Meliodas pretty much did a really cutthroat move, kicked Derriere into the air and full countered the blast that was coming in from Mons Piet. And that moment is pretty important. Now, I do want to say that the 10 Commandments have a track record of surviving any fire-based damage. They're very good at being incinerated alive. We've seen Maricilla come back, burnt to a crisp, but she's back after being burnt alive by Escanor. We've seen that Estarossa is still alive after being burnt alive by Escanor. So seeing the demons get hit by a demon-based magic and getting burnt alive, I just think that they're probably alive. I would really rather that they be alive, because Mons Piet and Derriere show a different kind of face to demons, and they show an aspect of caring about their kids. They show an aspect of having grudges and revenge against the Goddess clan. They show an aspect of possibly love between the two of them. And so in terms of the 10 Commandments, they and Zeldris are, I think, the more interesting ones, because they have shown these kind of relations in regards to other beings in their environment. Where Zeldris might be a bit more interesting just because he has betrayed the Demon Lord to a degree before. When he was dealing with vampires, which is interesting. You'd think his commandment would backfire on him. Maybe he didn't have it by then. Anyway, Zeldris and these guys, I think, are interesting just to explore what kind of feelings that the demons have for the Goddess clan, or for other races that might be kind of comparable to them. So I very much would rather Derriere and Mons Piet live, but it'll be interesting. It'll depend on how drastic of a change Meliodas is going through, because Meliodas did say at the end of the chapter that he's pretty much different. He's changed his mind. So it really depends. Is it more of a thing where he's not going to be afraid to kill them, or is it a thing where he's actively going to seek to end their lives to make sure that they don't bother him again? That's really the question that we're going into the next chapter with. How drastic is this change in Meliodas? And if Derriere and Mons Piet are still alive in the next chapter, is Meliodas going to go up to them and slit their throats, or is he just going to leave them there? It's very interesting, because I really do think this is an issue of Meliodas wanting to go easy on them, or Meliodas in the past wanting to go easy on them, whereas now it's just like, yeah, if you die, hasta la vista, sorry, it had to happen. And I do want to see how he's going to treat the rest of the Sins. Like, how far does this decision go, and what exactly made him change his mind? What made him realize that this is a dire situation and he doesn't really want to risk anyone else dying because of his inaction or his wanting to hold back on people that used to be his friends. Anyway, guys, this was a pretty quick impressions. I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover. It was a very nicely drawn chapter. It's nice to have Meliodas back. He is overpowering as usual. It was nice to see Mons Piet and Derriere kind of work out to try and do something about this. But yeah, I think I'll leave it there. Till next time, peeps. Have a good day. Oh, and yeah, I really like this chapter.